Magandang araw. I am Arya Chilabian and I'm one of the developers of the game. And together with Lawrence Martin, we created a tabletop game, Sino Si Anino. Sino Si Anino is an investigative card game where the goal of the players is to determine which one is holding the killer card named Anino.
Hi, I'm Faye Villanueva Chalabian. I'm the creator of the graphic series Incognito and illustrator and designer of the card game Sino Si Anino. The card's design is based from the characters of Incognito serie. So Incognito is based in the 1896 Spanish Revolution era, but it's in an alternate history, so where the steam-powered technology is predominant in the world of Intramuros. So hence, the steampunk design is also in the card game. And since the graphic novel's primary genre is crime and mystery, where the people of Intramuros is haunted by a serial killer they named Anino, we have converted this into a card game using the major characters from the story as the persona cards to be used by the players in the game. The Incognito series is already currently being used by private schools, universities, public schools, and homeschooling parents as alternative reading material for enhancing student engagement for Filipino and Araling Panlipunan subjects.
Now that we know the background of where the idea has come from, now let's dive into the game itself. As earlier said, Sino Si Anino is an investigative card game where the goal of the players are to identify or catch the player who is holding the Anino card. Now, the catch of the game is that it is not a deception game. This is a critical thinking game wherein the success of the player is based on their ability to conduct deductive reasoning to catch the killer, and the players are expected to answer truthfully.
The deck comes with 13 Illustrado cards and 1 Anino card. All the Illustrado cards have their own unique combination of icons at the bottom of the card that is aligned with their personality in the story.
Anino, on the other hand, does not have any icon combination. His default ability is that he will assume the same icon combination as the player selected persona card. So, for example, if the player is holding the Anino card and this is my persona card, Anino's icon combination will also be the same as this card. Now, for the gameplay, this game is designed to be played by at least 3 players in a maximum of 7 players. The total number of cards to be dealt should always be divisible by the number of players in the game. Example, if there are 5 players, the total number of cards to be dealt should be 10, wherein each player will be holding at least 2 cards. Now, following this example, the player should randomly remove 4 Illustrado cards from the deck and place them face up in the center of the table for everyone to see. Then adding the Anino card into the deck, shuffling it, and distributing it equally among all the players. Once everyone has their cards, they will now choose 1 Illustrado card from their hand to become their persona or public identity, and put it face down on the table just in front of them. Once everyone has placed their persona card, the game may now start with the youngest player, and then taking turns to making one action in a clockwise manner. During a player's turn, they can only pick one action to make from 4 possible choices. The first option is to ask all the players in the game, including those that have been eliminated, who is holding cards that have the icon of their choice. Example, I can ask, who among you have a star icon? And in response, all the player must respond truthfully to this question, and the response includes both the card on hand and the one set down as a persona card. The second option is to ask one specific player how many cards with the icon of the choice do they have. For example, I can ask player 2, how many stars do you have? Third option a player has is accusation. If the player already has an idea who is holding the Anino card, they may declare that they would like to make an accusation. But take note, you can only make one accusation in the game. If they are able to accuse the correct player, then that player wins the game. If they accuse the wrong player, that player dies and cannot make any further action throughout the game. However, they can still be interrogated by the rest of the other active players. And the final option a player has for action is to reveal their persona card by putting it face up on the table. In effect, they can use the persona's card ability as an action. The game will continue until either a player is able to catch Anino, or if there are only 2 active players left in the game, then the one holding Anino automatically wins the game.
Now, what exactly is this game improving in terms of process? Sino Si Anino has become a tool for the education sector to help students develop the skill of critical thinking, deductive reasoning, and analysis. Just like how muscle development and toning often needs an equipment to aid in the process, so does the brain development of an individual.
And in this day and age, digital is already becoming the standard way of life. Offline activities like playing tabletop card game is proving to be more and more a necessity to serve as a respite from the digital fatigue, but still keep the brain functions challenged to maintain its sharpness. Thank you.